Right, and hello everyone, hope you're having a good weekend so far. Just wanted to record this video to show people a little bit about the process of how I use my Poisson Pack personally and how I do my selections and how the data informs what I do betting wise. So I'm just tidying this up because I've been messing with the formatting a little bit so that I can take the formulas out. Right then, so what I'll tend to do first is have a look through the fixtures at a cursory glance and highlight anything that I think looks like good value. Ignore these here, it's because I've changed the formatting to take the formulas out from the original sheet, so don't worry about that. So I'm looking through the Premier League, I'm not necessarily seeing anything that jumps out at me massively. I was hoping to see some value on Brentford because I like to oppose the teams that have got a second leg of a Europa League or any sort of European game coming up, which would be West Ham versus Leon, but it's not massive value. Leicester, quite like the idea of Leicester, but they've got Europe coming up, so would I be backing them to win? Not necessarily. There could be a bit of value in Burnley to win away. It looks like normally I'd jump at this sort of value for a lay, but Brighton have been shocking of recently, so I'm not really looking at getting involved in that. So then I'll be looking at the Championship, and what I'll be doing is I'll be highlighting the ones that I'm spotting that I think offer some value. I won't be looking too deeply into them yet, but I'll be saying, okay, Bristol City at home, they're already favourites according to Poisson and they're showing value. I like the look of this lay away. I know that they're not down as favourites, but if we get value in both the draw and the away win, then I'll highlight that as a lay. And I'll just be going through and doing this with every league and seeing what we've got and highlighting anything in green that catches my eye. So again, we'll be doing this. I won't take you through every single league because it's going to bore you, and you can see the idea. There's quite a lot of home value in the French Ligue 1 this week. So yeah, I'll be going through that and I'll be looking at all of those, and then what I'll do is go and create a long list. So I'll grab all of those ones that I've highlighted and literally just copy and paste them over into my long list here, and this is where I'll start to put a bit more thought into the selections, look into some team news and stuff like that. But while I'm doing that, I'll be creating a back and lay list from the same long list. So I mean, I'll do this within one sheet. I'm just doing this in stages to show you how I do it. So I'll just have one sort of tab and arrange it like this. So I'll have back bets on one side and lay bets on the other side, because I like to mix the two really. If I can, if I've got a busy day of betting, I like to get some lays involved. I'm a big fan of laying on the exchanges, so I'll be looking at bets and lays. I won't have a set formula of how many I want of each, but I just like to I like to see what I'm doing basically. I like to see where my money's going to be placed, whether it's going to be placed on an underdog at laying or whether I'm going to be backing home favourites or away favourites, and just find it easier to look at it side by side like this. So yeah, so this is that long list. As you can see, we've got quite a few home favourites that look like they're offering value. Sheffield Wednesday, for example, this one looks like it offers value, but Sheffield Wednesday are a strong team. So is it as much value as it suggests? You've got to look at the motivation of the teams at this time of year with promotion and relegation and the playoffs. You've got to look at injuries, because these are all things that Poisson don't look at. So you need to be aware that this doesn't tell the whole picture. You can't just, well, you can, and sometimes it does work. You can blindly go and bet on everything that it suggests, but I wouldn't advise it. So what I'm doing at this stage now is going through these fixtures and looking whether I can rule some out just by eye, or whether I'll be going and looking at team news. And I will certainly be looking at league tables, motivations, upcoming fixtures, and I'll be looking at them to see what I think is still a strong bet. If we look at, then I'll create a shortlist after that of what I'll hopefully be looking to get involved in. But if we look at something that I'm looking at today, is opposing those European teams, as I mentioned. So if we look at the shortlist, Rangers away to St Mirren, massive value as always on the opposing team to Rangers or Celtic. And normally I'll leave it well alone, because there's a reason that Rangers and Celtic are such short odds. But with Rangers having a 1-0 deficit against Braga in the Europa League, and the second leg coming up, I'm tempted to get involved with St Mirren, giving them home and draw, and the odds are outrageous really, considering that match coming up for Rangers. So I like the look of that. If we scroll down a bit further, we've got a similar situation with Strasbourg-Lyon. So Leon playing West Ham at home, 1-1 draw, are going to be throwing all their eggs into that basket, especially with the manager being under pressure, and kind of that Europa League is the sort of last chance for him keeping his job, I think, short term. So he's going to be massively looking to get involved in that. The odds are already good for Strasbourg anyway, according to the recent form, so I'll definitely be getting involved in that. And then the others I've highlighted, I haven't actually gone through all of them. Some of them might have already been played as well, forgive me if these are some of the ones from yesterday. Another leg, Clermont versus PSG. Yes, PSG massively strong. Yes, PSG will probably win that game, so by me selecting this doesn't mean that I think they won't, but the value's outrageous, and PSG are sort of, it's a bit of a dead rubber for PSG. They're going to win the French league, but they're out of Europe, and their sort of morale in the team is down. Pochettino's sort of, I don't know, he feels like a bit of a dead man walking every time he doesn't win the league, the Champions League. So I like to have a little go on the home team and draw against PSG if the odds are right. Then we've got a really strong away favourite in Holland, a really strong home favourite. We've got another away favourite, Newport Swindon. So they're the ones that I've got on my shortlist at the moment. And I just wanted to show you, it's a real quick video for once, on how I go about looking at the pack, quickly highlighting which games are showing value, adding them to a long list, going through the long list by splitting it between back and lay, and then creating a short list. And then again, once I've got the short list, I'll just check again just before kick-off what the situation is, make sure it still stacks up with what I've been researching, there's no late changes to the team, there's no massive odd swings, and then that's when I'll be placing my bets. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it gives you a little bit of an insight into how I work with the pack and how you might be able to work with the pack. These aren't meant as tips, these are just a very quick shortlist that I've put together. I haven't put as much thought into it as I normally would, to be fair, so I'm not going to be placing these just yet. I'm going to put some more research into these. I just want to get this video up for you, so I hope you enjoy that. Good luck with whatever you're doing today, whether it be football betting or just having a day with the family. Hope you have a good one, and take care.